Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at CenturyLink Field in downtown Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Indianapolis Colts and the Seattle Seahawks. Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on 1st down. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Hines. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 25.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. This is Hines. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is DJ Reed returning. Oh, good-looking return set up here.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the...
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he'll be brought down by the Colts, Justin Houston. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Carson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
But that was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 20.
They'll run with Taylor. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 3rd down. It's Hines, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
The ball carrier.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Colts.
They'll run on 1st down. Taylor, and he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Indianapolis.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Taylor. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead.
For the extra.
So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go. than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 1st down, Taylor. And some room to work. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 35.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
They run with Hines. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out, that he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here?
He's got a man, complete, 20, 10, and all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
On the return, the Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 4. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, this was a clear day in September. I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be pulled down, and now a late flag will come with it. And that's in the area of a face mask, I think. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. This is Carson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. And this is now a 1-point game.
Makes the score Colts 22, Seahawks 41.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
After the interception, here's Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Justin Houston able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
3rd and 4.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And that'll be off the crossbar and out and short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Justin Houston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And here's Rodgers on the return. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 40.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they'll run on 1st down. It's Hines. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Before they're inside the 25. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Gun now on 3rd down. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
DJ Reed on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They run again with Carson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Taylor. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
The ball carrier.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. On first down, Hines. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Blankenship for the extra point.
So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and, oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
42-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he almost intercepted it.
Wilson on the
They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
Covered by Jason McCourty.
Let's go, defense. 14. Let's go, defense. Here we go. Here we go, 37.
Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this thing gets blown up well behind the line of scrimmage, but the marker is down on the field. Who's this against? And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Check, check. Block 54. Block 54. I got one. Check 52.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, they're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
7-yard line.
They run once more with Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. When the guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. He lets it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 30 yards there. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
42-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
No gain on the play. Brings up
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
53, come on. 53, check 53. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
For Seattle.
And the Colts are going to recover the football. And that should be enough to get them home. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 11. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And say what you want about CenturyLink Field up in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. So for the Colts, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers.